This first story is called Kids and I Escaped a Murderer. This happened about 10 years ago. I, at the time, was dating my now husband, and we had planned a dinner with his family at his mother's house. The dinner was set for a Friday, and being that we were going there after work, we drove in our separate cars. His mother didn't live in the best of neighborhoods, but I wouldn't call it a ghetto by any means. When I arrived with my two sons, there wasn't any parking on our street, so I was forced to park on the side street next to our house. When I parked, I noticed how odd it was that our street was full of cars, but the side street I parked on was pretty empty other than the houses. After getting out of the car, I was carrying my 2-year-old son while my 10-year-old held my hand. I noticed a white pickup truck driving towards us at a very slow pace. He did not appear to be looking at the houses as someone would be if they were looking for a house address. He kept his stare on us. As I kept walking to turn the corner to my mother-in-law's house, he drove right past us and never took his glare off us. I locked eyes with him as I was in the protective mommy mode, and he turned away and kept driving. After a few hours, it's late and dark outside, and we get ready to leave. My 12-year-old stepdaughter wanted to ride home in my car. I told my husband I would meet him at home since he was still saying his goodbyes and wasn't completely ready to leave. As we walk to the car, I have my 2-year-old that I'm carrying while my stepdaughter and son are walking next to me. As we turn the corner, I see my car, and I see the same white truck parked right behind it with a creepy guy in the car, and the truck is running. There aren't many other cars parked on the particular street, so there should be no reason he is parked right behind my car. I tell the kids to be careful and stay close. As we get closer, his eyes lock with mine. Neither he nor I look away. I see pure evil on his face. His expression never changes, and his eyes start making the hairs on my neck stand up. At this point, the kids notice him and start getting scared. I split second questioned if I should walk back to my mother-in-law's house, but for whatever reason, I kept walking to my car. As I get to the back passenger side to open the door to put my son in the car, the guy reached out and rolled down his car window to unlock his driver's door, all the while not taking his eyes off of me as he gets out of the car, and before he even had a chance to run up to us, I scream as loud as I can for the kids to run. I start running, still with my son in my hand and my stepdaughter and son in front of me attempting to run away. As I'm running, I turn around, and sure enough, this creep was chasing after us. My 10-year-old daughter is slowing down, and I give him a little push while yelling, "Run, run." I was yelling at the top of my lungs, yet no one came out of the house to help. Right before I turned the corner, I noticed a patch of grass and thought I was going to lightly throw my son there and let the creep catch me since he was gaining on us, and I, as a mother, would of course rather him hurt me than any of my kids. Right before I did, though, I see my husband ran out of the house with his brother since his daughter had made it inside the house crying, telling him someone was chasing us. They ran and the guy took off before they can even get a glimpse of him. The creep left his truck running and he was nowhere in sight. We called the police, and when they examined his vehicle, they found his wallet, rope, and Clorox right in front of his seat. The cops said they eventually found him hiding under a car in a neighbor's driveway. They asked my stepdaughter and I to identify him. We were so shaken up, and just seeing him again made us so upset. He was taken away, and I couldn't sleep for days. I later found out after his arrest, his fingerprints came back as a suspect in an unsolved murder. Even after all these years later, it still scares the hell out of me. Can't imagine what would have and could have happened to us, but thank God nothing did.